There are plenty of ingredients that go into making great tasting craft beer. Today, one company stands at the intersection of science, education, and craft by producing a variety of yeast strains for brewers nationwide.
YurView is a company that makes yeast for brewers. We basically do liquid cultures, we grow them here in-house, and we service the beer, winemaking, and distilling industry. Our founder and president, Chris White, started the company when he started learning how to homebrew from some local home brewers at the time who have now gone on to start big breweries of their own. And the company really started with a focus on homebrewing just because that was where the interest was, doing the brewing at home and really seeing the need for a better product that any consumer could buy. From there it grew to local breweries around the San Diego area because they had heard about this new liquid yeast that was out there for homebrewers, so they really wanted it too. And you know, that's really just grown and developed over the years. Fresh yeast is really important, especially for brewers. You know, when you think about something that's dehydrated versus something that's fresh, like a fruit, for example, all of those aromatics in a fresh fruit are just so much more apparent than they would be if you get something that's dried. And the same is true with yeast. So when you're brewing beer and you're fermenting it with a dry yeast, it's going to be very different than what you get from, you know, a very similar liquid yeast. You're going to get many more aromatic compounds, a lot more of the complex flavors. So for a brewer who is really, you know, trying to hone their craft in making a great beer, it's absolutely very critical because it's such a huge flavor impact to the beer itself. The product that we grow for, you know, whether it's a home brewer, whether it's a very small brewer or a large regional brewery, it's all the same product. The same amount of work goes into making that small product as it does to make the big product. When you talk about brew houses, we have a pretty nice one. It's a fairly large size brewery, it's 25 hectoliters. The big difference with us is that the majority of the wort that we brew on our brew house doesn't go to make beer. It goes to make basically food to grow our yeast. When we opened this facility, we really wanted to include a tasting room because we wanted to give people that yeast experience. And really the only way that we could figure out how to do that was by making beer with it. So when you come to the tasting room here to try the beer, you actually get one style of beer that's fermented with 4 different yeast strains. So people can actually come in, drink a flight, they can taste the actual differences that each of those strains make in the beer itself.